Save you from my disgusting face, but not from my disgusting voice. All right, so here we go. I'm worried about this, so I put a little note on the calendar. I'm like, you know what? I better make a quick video on what's going on with this. Okay, so I already have my calculator ready because I actually taped this once and I made a mistake. So I'm going to go through it all again. So numero uno, you type this in here. All right, so you type negative 16x squared plus 64x plus 3. If you remember, you don't have to, but the 3 means it started 3 feet high. 64 is 64 feet per second. The projectile is shot straight up at that speed. And then this is gravity divided by 2. Gravity pulls down on us at negative 32 feet per second. You don't need to know any of that. You need to type this in here and then do an appropriate window. Okay, so how long is this going to be in the air? From 0 to, I guessed, 10 seconds. How high is it going to go? Well, 64 feet per second starting at 3 feet. I don't know. It may be 100 feet high, and I'll check if that's not high enough. So you got to play with your window and then check the graph. Okay, I'm smart. I did it. I see the object flying. All right. So the first one is find h of 2 and what does it mean in context. I'm not going to write that down time-wise. I want this video to be short. Remember, we hit trace and then we can force 2 and press enter, and that's a way of evaluating. We don't have to do this anymore. Second, calculate value 1, then type in 2. I found that out from the Flip Math guys. Thank you very much. All right, so what's h of 2? 67. I'm writing with my mouse. What does this mean in context? Listen. That means after 2 seconds, the object will be 67 feet in the air. Now, I made a mistake. This was my mistake in the video, but if you remember, we did this last week. To find the domain and range, we got to do a couple things. What I have to do is find this maximum. This may very well not be the maximum though perfectly. I can't even speak right now. Why? Because it's Wednesday. My brain's been abused. My students know that. Wednesdays kill me. What I want to do is find a maximum. So that's when I hit the maximum button. Let's do that one more time. Second, trace. We've hit this a million times in class. Well, I don't have a calculator. That's your fault. You're supposed to have a calculator for this class. Press enter. Bring a quarter tomorrow. Rental fee. Second, calculate. Oh, I'm a maroon. Let me start all over. 4. Enter. See the arrow came up. I forgot to do a right bound. Again, I can't talk. Enter. Those arrows are pointing at each other. Guess. Okay. It was at 2 comma 67. I think I kind of remember that when I made this video the first time, but forgot to mention. Okay, now what am I doing? I'm finding the range because the range is the ball starts at 3 feet, goes up to 67, then ends up at 0. So the range is from 0 feet to 67 feet because I did find the maximum in context of the question. So once the rocket hits the ground, it's over. And then when will it hit the ground? Well, I got to find this x-intercept here, or the smart thing like the people from Flip Math do, and I always do, is to put y2 equals 0, and then instead of finding zeros, I can find intersects as long as I have 2 graphs. And I want to go close to where that intersection is. Press enter, press enter, press enter. So 4.046. So from 0 to 4.046, 046, sorry. Hopefully I remember that correctly. Seconds, that's the restricted domain. After this, it's over. The rocket hits the ground, the show's over. Everybody goes home unless you have more rockets. Anyway, and now what I want to do is find the average rate of change, which I have my little picture over here. I'll bring that over here in a minute, but I'll emulate what we need to do on this. Well, you know what? Over the domain 2 to 3, that means 2 comma input, say it. Well, I already have that. That's from this question. So what I also have to do is find 3 comma. So I go back to my calculator, hit trace, hit 3, and force that 3 comma, and I get 51. Nice. So 3 comma 51, and then average rate of change, which they ask a million times, is just slope. And I hope I calculated this right the first time. 61 is 10, and then 6 more, but this is negative. So that is the average rate of change. Now, what does that mean? It means, in context of this question, that from 2 seconds to 3 seconds, this dropped 16 feet. So that's the average rate of change from 2 to 3 seconds. Okay, and that makes sense. It's literally the slope of this line connecting 2 comma 67 and 3 comma 51. Thanks for watching. You are the ones that will get 4 points on your test tomorrow. Okay, I'm done. Good luck.